Now, to cut a long story short, I was led through a huge saga where I had no choice but to connect with my higher self and embrace the greater spiritual reality very, very firmly. And I was led through signs and omens to a place in the Australian wilderness where I was taken to a very special place, which I spent 5 days sleeping there. And I didn't know it at the time, but I was sleeping right over the top of an underground stream of water, quite close to the surface. And after 5 days, this released me. Quite a traumatic episode, but that alone released me. And years later, I'm cutting a very long story short here, but years later, I realised that it was the running water that did the trick. So to give you a very quick practical tips here, negative entities, demonic entities of any type, cannot cross running water. They are extremely damaged by running water, whether you cross running water, a stream, an underground water main, or whether you get in the shower. My first line of defense, if you feel an attack happening, cross running water, get in the shower. It literally washes it off.
Wow, that's a very simple technique. But the shower is an amazing experience. You take a shower, you feel different when you come out of the shower. It's like it's very simple, but it's very transformative.
Well, what's happening very, very quickly over the entire surface of the earth, the land and the water, the mountains, your house, inside and out, all structures. There are about 7,000 lightning strikes on this planet per minute, I think. It's an enormous number. And you have a perpetually dissipating electrical field which covers the entire surface of the earth. And these things live inside of that energy field. There's a corresponding field up in the stratosphere as well, which is connected through the lightning strikes. And if you can expose a negative entity in that field to strong grounding, like steel driven into the ground, has a really good electrical earthing, or to running water, or get in the shower, you will force it to earth. And I think it is drawn down into the planet's electrical system and back out through one of the poles and back into the stratosphere again. You basically demanifest it. And it makes a lot of sense if you look at how these things work. Electrical phenomena, and particularly the electrical earthing phenomena, is a very, very big deal with these things. You have a huge impact.
Fascinating stuff. Absolutely fascinating. What role would, I'm sure you're familiar with orgone, what role would orgone play in something like that, especially like the cloud busters, the orgone cannons, or the kind of the larger orgonic structures in terms of dealing with those negative energies?
I've had some success using orgone devices with people that are willing to try it. The big problem with going forward in these experiments, of course, you need live, ongoing cases to experiment with, which is all my work's based on live, hands-on work. Most of the people I come across, it's like they find it difficult to get into the orgone energy thing and actually use it and do experiments with it. So I have to actually, I've done some, I have to actually set them up and bring a person to a place where I've got it set up. So the results so far are very promising.
Well, that's good. I mean, we've had Carol Croft on the show, and we've explored the dynamics of orgone pretty thoroughly, and I'm utterly fascinated by orgone and tapping into the universal energy grid and field. Your book, the one that I've been reading, Energy Work, I have to tell you, it's incredibly practical. I mean, there are just really, lucid, hands-on techniques in terms of how to work with energy. This is not something theoretical. This is not something where you're talking about concepts. This is really practical stuff, and it's very, very, very helpful. I mean, I've been playing with energy and working with energy in my own way for since my 20s, but there's some really great techniques in here. What's some of the feedback you've gotten from the book?
the feedback from the energy work system, and particularly the book Energy Work, is absolutely tremendous. I mean, I'll do live workshops on that. I can teach anybody to feel energy in their own body by doing it themselves in like 3 minutes. That's how long it takes to connect you with your kinesthetic senses to move energy. You literally rub your hands together, feel the sensation you've made, and move that feeling back and forwards, fingertips to wrists. Just move the feel through your hands, and your hands will start buzzing and tingling and prickling. And that connects you with the energy. The fundamental technique of moving energy. It's a tremendous impact. I'm also bringing out video-based programs as another way to communicate with people, as opposed to doing limited live workshops around the world. Video them, and everybody has access to them. If you go to astralbob.com, you'll find we have a lot of video and stuff there, and a lot of free stuff, video talks and techniques and things like that at astralbob.com.
Astralblog.com?
Astralbob, as in Robert. Bob.
Astralthought. Okay, astralthought.com. Okay, great. Astralthought.com. Well, Robert, this has been tremendous, and I really want to thank you for coming on the show, and I'd love to have you back on again sometime. I felt like we were just scratching the surface of your world. Would you be open to coming back on the show at some point in time in the future? I
would absolutely love to, anytime.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking time out of your night. I think it's night over there in Australia, and being with us, and have a wonderful weekend. And we'll either see you on the Astral, or we'll see you back on here in the virtual planes.
My pleasure, and I will see you in the Astral soon.
Okay. Thank you, Robert. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. That was Robert Bruce.